Hello again, everybody, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of Simulacrum, Doom 2 Megawad. This is Map 18, Concrete God, and by God, this map is a doozy. So, I know I've been uploading in order in this one, skipping maps 16 and 17, but this map has been haunting my dreams, my nightmares, and I finally managed to single segment it. So, want to get this commentary done, so I never have to look at this map again. I mean, it's a great map for the most part. There's a few fights I have some issue with, but yeah, this represents a significant jump in difficulty from all the maps that came before. So I might do something a little different for this video and pause at places just to explain some of my strats, because you're going to need a consistent strategy if you want to single segment this map. There's a lot of tough fights, a lot of fights that can go bad very quickly. But yeah, I'm pleased to have finally UV maxed it, so let's go. We start off here getting the chain gun, the single shotgun, and a megasphere backpack as well. Once we grab the super shotgun, it's going to spawn a ton of imps, a few hell knights and barons. So we're going to squeeze our way through here and try to pick them off without taking too much damage. As you can see, there's a pit in the middle with damaging floor if you fall in. There is actually a way to get out, but honestly, if you fall in this early, you may as well just restart because it's not worth it. You want to try to get as much health as possible. And yeah, if you're trying to UV max this map with no saves, get used to doing this fight because you're going to be doing it often. Every time you die, you come back here and have to shotgun these guys all over again. And it does get pretty tedious. Not too difficult, but like I said, just tedious. And you're not going to want to do it again. But anyway, once you hit that switch, it's going to spawn revenants the far wall there. I like to soften them up with the chain gun a little bit, try to kite them over to this side, then sort of peek out, do a little peekaboo with the super shotgun, and just hide behind this corner here. You can hit the switch and release the revenants while the imps and barons are still alive, but I don't really like to do that since it gets a little too hectic. And yeah, so this went pretty cleanly. Not as much health as I would have liked, but what are you going to do? So that switch opens this. You drop down here to this next tiny arena with an archvile and 3 hell knights. This part is a lot trickier than it looks. You don't have a lot of space. The floor is uneven, so you're kind of bouncing around, making it a little hard to control Doom Guy. And yeah, it's just really easy to get zapped and to even die here if you're not careful. So yeah, this time we don't have a lot of health. You can grab the supercharge here if you need to, but there is a megasphere in the next arena, so I'm kind of YOLOing it here with not a lot of health just because I want to save the supercharge for later. Yeah, so this next fight is the first like major choke point. There's going to be a bunch of revenants that spawn in behind you and some mancubi that spawn in the next arena once the bars come down. There's going to be another pit in the middle that you also can get out of, but it's basically a death sentence if you fall in. So this is the way I found to do this fight most consistently for me. Once we hit the switch and the bar is lower, we're going to run over here, run to the megasphere if we need to, which we do this time. Come over in a circular manner here so the revenants start chasing you. Come back to grab the rocket launcher. Horseshoe over here to kite the revenants that way, and then kind of dance around. Yeah, back to this original room here. Take out the rocket launcher and start blasting. Now, this could go wrong in many different ways. The mancubi can be in the wrong place and just block you and you'll die. The revenants can swarm you too quickly if they're not infighting enough and you'll die. But as you can see, we get pretty good RNG here, and we can just stand back and kind of take them out with the rocket launcher. So yeah, this went very smoothly this time, but definitely does not always go that smoothly. Okay, so we will hit the switch to lower these bars, grab some ammo. I decided to save the supercharge for later. Come down here, grab the plasma and the rockets, and we're ready for this fight, which at first I thought was nearly impossible and was by far the hardest fight of this map. Although after doing it several times, I found a strat that's somewhat consistent, and I think the final fight in this map might actually be more difficult. But this is a very tough fight, don't get me wrong. So once we hit the switch, this tiny arena is going to fill up with pinkies and revenants on the ledge above us, and then 4 archviles are going to spawn in. So we have the rocket launcher, super shotgun, and plasma rifle, but only 160 cells. So we don't have enough to kill all the archviles, not nearly enough. And the rocket launcher is going to be useless at first because we're going to blow ourselves up on the pinkies if we try to do that. So what I like to do is hit the switch and then keep the shotgun out. As you can see, run back here to this little corner, try to take out a few pinkies with the shotgun if possible, and use them to cushion the revenant missiles if you can. Then quickly switch to plasma and start taking out the pinkies. Kill the archvile with the plasma here if you can. You want to kill him quickly. Kill everything quickly. So yeah, he just managed to kill him with the last of our plasma and grab the megasphere. So now yeah, the archviles are going to spawn, and this is the important part. You want to use the shotgun here and not the rocket launcher, because it's too easy to get blocked and blow yourself up with the rocket launcher, and it's easier to stun the archviles if you're circling around with the super shotgun. And you have to be circling around constantly. You can't stop. You can't really reverse direction, or you're going to get blown up by the revenants. There's just too many of them, and the seeking missiles will get you. So time your revolutions with the archvile so he doesn't zap you. Sometimes you can. Sometimes he's going to zap you right as you come around the corner. There's nothing you can do. Like that. So here's the third archvile. We're going to keep the same strat, circling around. Hopefully he doesn't resurrect too many pinkies. If he does, try to kill them quickly. Sometimes he's just going to start rezzing them, and you're kind of boned. There's nothing you can do. Was that the last one? It might have been. Okay, so if that was the last archvile, yeah, now we can switch to rockets and start taking out these revenants. Yeah, as you can see, you gotta keep circling around. You're probably going to be a little bit dizzy once you're done with this fight, but don't stop. Don't get caught on the center pillar there, because you don't want to stop. You don't want to get hit by the missiles. So yeah, that went about as smoothly as possible for this fight. Once you clear everything out, breathe a sigh of relief. The second major choke point is done. We're going to hit this switch. So it's going to lower this wall to reveal some mancubi. They're harmless. Take your time killing them. There's only about 5 or 6. So a little bit of a breather here after that insane fight. Yeah, there's one more hiding behind the pillar here. We're going to grab the plasma, grab the rockets, and do a little bit of platforming down these pillars. We have enough health that we don't need to grab the megasphere right away. Here we're going to pick up the BFG, and we're in another tight arena here with revenants, barons, and pain elementals. I like to do a clockwise motion with the BFG here. Take out as many barons and pain elementals as you can. Get into this little space here and start taking the rest out with rockets. This fight is not very difficult, but you can die in any fight in this map for sure, and you can get overwhelmed if you're not careful. If you're trying to like save too many cells with the BFG, it's not really worth it. Just kill the revenants, kill the pain elementals, make sure everything's dead, because you just want to stay alive in this map. Alright, so we hit the 2 switches. The first and only secret is in the lava down below those pillars, but we're going to be saving that for later. So we're waiting for this column here to lower with the blue skull key, and we're going to platform back up here and get ready for the next encounter, which again is not super difficult, but you do need to be careful. Yeah, these revenants are going to spawn in here in this pretty small room, so I use the BFG, just circle around. Again, don't worry about conserving ammo. Take them out. You don't want to get killed here. If you do manage to save cells, like, that's nice, but yeah, you don't get a ton in the next fight, actually. So it does help, but it helps more being alive. It's another megasphere I'm going to save for later. Usually I don't have enough health to do that, but here we go. So I'm going to pick up plasma. Okay, so this is choke point number 3. Once we hit that switch, 2 cyber demons are going to spawn in these little alcoves in front of us. 5 archviles are going to spawn on tall pillars to the left, and a whole army of Hell Knights is going to come at us from behind, as well as a lot of pain elementals. So my strategy for this fight is take care of the archviles first. I use the BFG. You can use rockets, but it's a lot riskier, and you're liable to get blown up by the cyber demons if you do. So I'll show you how it goes. Hit the switch, come over here, start blasting. Hide behind the corner here to avoid getting zapped. You'll probably get zapped at least a couple times anyway. Getting hit by something behind me, probably a lost soul. So there's 2 megaspheres, grab one here and start clearing out some of these Hell Knights and some of these pain elementals. You want to be careful when you're on this right hand corridor here, because the cyber demon will target you and he will shoot you. So next, my strategy is to kite the Hell Knights around, do like a horseshoe formation here. You want to make sure you do this for long enough that the Hell Knights have all mostly spawned from the back. Because if you don't, and you go in the back to try to kill them, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to die. As you might see later. Okay, so once you clear out of space, like this isn't enough space, but I decided to come back here anyway. You want to hide up in this little nook here to the right, because you're clear of the cyber demon missiles, and you can usually funnel the Hell Knights in through this narrow gap. So you want to plant up here, start shooting rockets. Once they start to come around the side here, yeah, you're going to want to come back out, do the same thing, loop around. Yeah, as you can see, I have like no cells left really. So, oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is that there are 2 archviles that are going to spawn after this once you hit a switch. So I usually like to save at least 80 cells for that, but this time I don't. It's not that big a deal, but just something to be aware of. So we kite the Hell Knights once again and come back to our little spot here. You know, this is the only place I've found that's even kind of remotely safe. This is a pretty hectic fight. But once you get into a groove here and they start coming, it's not too bad to mow them down and dodge the fireballs. You know, there'll be a lot of them. There'll be a lot of fireballs to dodge. You'll probably get hit once or twice. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just want to make sure you don't get tagged by the cyber demons. And yeah, you can clear most of them out, but there's still a few left, so we might have to go back out for some more rockets. But yeah, there's only a few Hell Knights left, which is good. Once you've cleared them out, we're ready to take care of the cyber demons. Now sometimes when you hit the switch, the archviles will spawn and the cyber demons will release. I used to hit the switch first and kill the archviles quickly, kill the cyber demons once they're released, but it's too risky, especially with only 40 cells. So I decided to just play it safe here and take them out while they're still in their little spaces there. I don't even know, what would you call that? An alcove, a nook, a cranny. But yeah, so I'm just being careful here. Shotgunning. Cyber Demon, he dies pretty quickly. Take out this other one. I think I used some rockets on him too, just to save some shells, because you get a lot of rockets in this map, but not as many shells and not that much plasma. For this fight, you really don't get a lot of plasma. You get some more after this, and as you can see, there's a few cells in those spaces where the cyber demons are. But yeah, once we hit that Duke Nukem switch, we take out the two archviles that spawn. Just gonna come around and rocket him. There's gonna be some revenants that spawn above you too, but they're not very dangerous as long as you keep an eye on them. They're all grouped together here, so I can take them out very easily with the rocket launcher. Just do a little dance in here, take them out. Yep. So grab all the ammo you can, grab these cells because we're going to be needing it. And this next fight is also pretty tough. I used to consider this. Oh, I forgot about this part too. So this is just to make sure you're paying attention. Once we cross the line def here, there's going to be chain gunners that spawn. There's a revenant over here. We're going to kill him first. And yeah, just not a threat if you remember that they're there, but it is easy to forget the first couple times you play this map. So we take care of them, come over here to this narrow corridor, take out the mancubus, and this part is pretty difficult as well. So what's going to happen here is we're going to come down into this arena. Once we grab the megasphere, two cyber demons are going to spawn behind us, more revenants in front of us, and there's going to be a switch behind them. Now what I like to do is hit the switch, which lowers bars behind, where there's going to be like 6, 8 archviles maybe. I don't know, but you'll see in a second. I'm going to try to just do another circuit. It's going to take us back to the arena where we fought the mancubi and the revenants before with the pit in the middle. I'm going to try to do a clockwise circuit and kill the archviles as quickly as I can. And then if I'm being too overwhelmed, I'm going to drop back down to where we had the revenant and pinky fight. So yeah, so here the revenant spawn, hit the switch, which you got to be careful not to miss it. And we're going to take out these archviles. Yeah, we get zapped pretty good there. Thankfully, don't get zapped here, but we do manage to kill them. So yeah, we come back down here where we had this fight, and now this is why I saved the secret, although I go to the wrong side there, which is stupid. If I had less health, I definitely could have died. Such a dumb mistake, but yeah, that's the first secret, only secret. So it's nice to have that in reserve, and remember we do have this other one, other megasphere in reserve as well, which I think we do end up using later. As you can see, the final fight in this map gets pretty ridiculous. You're gonna see it. So yeah, this is the one thing that is not so great about this strat, though it makes killing the archviles a lot easier. The cyber demons can clog up this corridor here with the other enemies, making it difficult to get back out. So what I do here is try to just kill them with some rockets, but yeah, I'm not loving the cyber demon placement here, because if he backs off like that, then the rockets will reach you. So we hope he does some infighting, but you can't really rely on it too much. Basically, I just want to have enough space where I can sneak by and get behind the two of them, which is easier said than done when you're over here. So I try to come down here to try to get the cyber demons to like move away a little bit, track me through the wall, though it doesn't really work that well. So yeah, I'm taking my time here, but this map took several attempts, and I don't want to mess up on a part like this where I just make a silly mistake. So playing it pretty safe, but yeah, as you can see, they're being really annoying, just kind of blocking the exit there. Definitely don't want to get any closer. So I probably could have ran out there, but I didn't. I think I do make a dash for it pretty soon here. Yeah, I'm just taking splash damage, the rockets, and this is just not a good situation to be in. So I'm also completely out of ammo here, which does happen again later on in this map, as you will see. So yeah, I'm just trying to kite the cyber demons a little bit. They're not having it. They really don't want to move from that spot. So I come down here once again, just kind of loop around, just hoping they might give me some space to maneuver. It looks like still no dice. I don't think I'm here for too much longer, so let's see. Alright, yeah, I decided to just YOLO it there. Probably not the smartest, but so we come back here to this little area, clean out these guys, grab the supercharge, which is some nice safety. We don't always have that as a backup, or I don't always, but it's definitely nice to have, because I think I screw up here and get hit. Maybe not. Yeah, a little bit, not too bad. Alright, so once that's done, we're going to clear out the rest of the stragglers here. As you can see, we're low on ammo, but there's tons of rockets and plasma here. And 40 shells, which is decent, but not amazing. Alright, now we're going to be... I guess I come down here, yeah, grabbing the megasphere just for some extra safety, which is fine. Usually that's not an option though. I was lucky to get through the previous fight with a good amount of help. So the next encounter is not too bad, but again, you have to be careful. You're going to be fighting 3 cyber demons in a small area. And yeah, there's just a random spider mastermind here. I guess again, for like the chain gunners before, if you forget it's there and just race in headlong, you can find yourself in an unpleasant situation. So I'm playing it totally safe here, just shotgunning her. Take a tiny bit of chip damage there, but obviously nothing to worry about. And she goes down with our final shell, which is always nice. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to come in here, which is going to spawn more revenants and archviles. But this fight is not too bad. We're just going to move clockwise with the BFG, taking out the archviles and the revenants. We get zapped there, which honestly kind of sucks, because it means we're going to have to grab this megasphere before we fight the cyber demons. Which I wanted to have it for extra insurance, and maybe even save a 3rd megasphere for the last fight, but it doesn't happen. So I grab that, grab the cells, and once we hit the switch, 3 cyber demons are going to spawn. I am going to move towards the open window there in the back, because that is where the one corner they don't spawn from, and immediately get blasted. At this point, I'm just cursing life, thinking, alright, I gotta play this totally safe now, just strafe around and spam BFG, hope that I don't get splash damage to death. Yeah, so not ideal, but they do stay mostly in the center, which is nice. So yeah, I'm just circling around. Looks like one is down there. Out of cells, but am I totally out of cells? Yeah. So I'm gonna have to shotgun the last two. Did two of them die? I guess two of them died. Interesting. Yeah, so I decided to rocket this guy just because, well, I'm out of shells. Okay, so that's why I'm rocketing him. Yeah, I was wondering why I was doing that. Yeah, so again, not the situation you totally want to be in. Nothing crazy, but we're 20 minutes into this tough map. You know, you don't want to be rocket dueling a cyber demon in this tiny arena. But yeah, so now we're ready for the final battle, which is pretty nuts. So we're gonna grab cells, grab the megasphere, which we unfortunately can't save that. Need to grab that for this part. And get ready for this last fight, which is just gonna be Revenants, Hell Knights, Cyber Demons, Archviles, the works. So I like to run around here, kind of loop around, try to get a little bit of space here, and just circle around these middle pillars if you can. Doing kind of a figure 8 motion. You want to get the Hell Knights and Revenants to move, yeah, away from these cells here. Give yourself a little bit of space. And now the Archviles are going to spawn after about 30 seconds. So this is another, yeah, I almost die here, just completely choke. But somehow get out and get to the megasphere. So you don't really want to grab that megasphere this early on, but I had no choice. And now there's Archviles on the loose, and I'm just running for my life. Yeah, there's so many Hell Knights in this space. All right, we get some good luck there with the Archviles spawning in the same area, so I can take them out. Yeah, there's one more here. I think it might be the last one, but I run out of cells right before I'm about to kill him. So still scrambling around. You don't want to get blocked by the Hell Knights. You don't want to stop moving, especially before the Revenants are dead. The ones on the ground anyway. There's Revenants above you as well, so yeah, you always got to be moving. Get zapped here. Get the last megasphere. The Archvile still will not die. Yeah, no cells, so I'm just going to try to rocket him. At this point, I'm thinking that I've choked the run, and there's no way I'm going to survive this. I'm low on ammo. This arena is totally clogged with enemies. Like, sure, you know, they're just Hell Knights and a few Revenants, but it's really easy to just take a fireball from behind. It'll chip down your health faster than you think. Like 70 health, 70 armor here is not a lot. And the Archvile is still alive. Man. Yeah, he just would not go down. And I was thinking if I had killed him earlier, I would have a better shot of doing this, but with him running around, it's just like, alright. So, is he still alive? Or he might have died from infighting. I forget. I can't really hear the source volume too well while I'm recording this, but yeah, it looks like he's dead. So, as you can see here, have very little health and armor left, and there's still 100 enemies. All I have is a rocket launcher. So basically any misfire, any splash damage, I'm dead. Bad Revenant missile, I'm dead. I'm just 100% locked in here, focused, trying to stay alive. When I've done this fight in practice, like, once in a while it's clean, but it's never been this messy. Like, this is just I'm amazed I somehow managed to pull through this. Okay, so yeah, so it feels like I'm not even doing making a dent in these guys with the rocket launcher. Just circling around, like trying to kill them as fast as I can, but there's a ton of them. Not much else to say here really at this point. I am just circling around, trying to stay alive, trying to play it safe, although can't really because I gotta kill them. But I'm working through it. Numbers are starting to dwindle, and so is my ammo. As you can see, I'm completely out of cells. 25 rockets left, 40 shells, basically no bullets. Yeah, so there's still plenty of enemies left. And once you deal with these guys, there's 2 more archviles and chain gunners and a spider mastermind in the final exit corridor. So I'm thinking here that I'm not going to have enough ammo to beat this. I'm going to run out and just be screwed. Like, there's literally no way I can win if I can't shoot the spider mastermind. I can't punch her to death. I have no berserk. I don't even think you can punch the spider mastermind. Yeah, so 5 rockets left here. Still about 50 or so enemies. And I'm thinking I'm down to my last 30 shells. There are some rockets left here, which thankfully, because we're going to need them. But still, not a ton. Have to make every shot kind of count here. We still got to take care of these revenants above, which is tricky because the auto aim doesn't always lock on. They're in kind of an awkward spot, so it's easy to just miss a shot or two, which I can't really afford to do right now. Though I am making some progress here with the Hell Knights. Looks like there's about 15, 20 or so left. Out of rockets once again. Man, yeah, this was just insane final fight. A few more rockets on the ground there, but I think that's it. And I'm just hoping that each super shotgun blast is going to take the Hell Knights down. Okay, so yeah, 15 rockets, maybe one more box of 5 that we missed there. 30 enemies left. Finally clearing out the last of these revenants. I think I decided to chain gun that one. But yeah, somehow managed to get most of these guys killed with not a lot of health. Very, very scary, nail-biting situation. They're still not dead. They're still... I forgot to mention also that there's teleporters all over this arena that don't teleport you, but do teleport the enemies. So they can just teleport right in front of you, teleport randomly where you're not expecting it. It's very hectic and chaotic. Looks like there's just a few. Yeah, you can see them teleporting randomly here. Archviles will do that as well. And I think even the cyber demons. Not sure about the spider masterminds. But I am basically out of ammo here. Decide to chain gun this guy. But I need some ammo for this last encounter here. Which at this point I'm kind of panicking, thinking that I'm screwed. We have 9 rockets, 1 more box of shells, and it looks like that's it. So I gotta do this. Oh, there's 1 more box of shells here, so 40 shells. I have to do this without getting killed by the chain gunners, without getting zapped by the archviles, with 9 rockets and 40 shells. It's not ideal. But let's see what happens. So once you cross the line def here, it's going to lower those 2 red walls here. Yeah, I'm trying to cross it as quickly as possible and then get out. Come to the side. Start shooting rockets, immediately take some damage from the chain gunners there, but not too much. Switch to the shotgun, and I'm just going to be playing peekaboo here, trying to chip away at the archvile before he can resurrect too many of the chain gunners. Now the fact that he resurrected some of them is actually good because I need the ammo, or so I thought. Yeah, there's one more left here. And yeah, so now all we have is the spider mastermind, but we only have 20 shells, 164 bullets, 10 cells, and I can't really get close to it because it's gonna kill me if it hits me, pretty much. So I'm just standing back here, plinking away at it, praying that I'm going to have enough ammo to kill her, trying to make every shot count. You know, as soon as she sort of stares at you and looks like she's about to fire, just ducking away. Now chipping away with the chain gun. Very methodical here. You know, I'm thinking, am I going to have enough? Because at this point, I don't think there's any way to get out of this arena. I assumed that I was stuck because I had never gone back once I had like opened this final area and dealt with the spider mastermind. So I just assumed there was no way to get back to the beginning of the level. So I'm crying here, hoping she's gonna die. Taking some chip damage there, not a lot. She is dancing around. I'm just tapping that chain gun, trying to do as much damage as I can, but I'm running out. 10 cells left here, and she is still alive. Completely out of ammo. Only have my fists. No way to kill her. No ammo left in this arena. I've scoured it. I'm thinking I'm toast, but then I see a teleporter back to the start that I didn't know existed. No idea it was there. It must appear once you open that final area, I guess, because I'd never seen it before. But thank God it's there. We can come back here, we can grab some cells, we can grab some health. We're not going to get chip damaged to death by the last enemy. We're finally going to beat this map. And I'm just breathing such a sigh of relief here, thinking, thank God. Thank God for that teleporter. And yeah, of course she dies in like 2 more hits from the plasma. So yeah, what a ride, what a map, Concrete God. Yeah, you know, there's some fights that people might say are unfair. The Pinky Revenant for Archvile fight in that little enclosed area, it's tough, but I did manage to figure out how to do it somewhat consistently. Definitely not every time, but stringing all these fights together is tough, but a fun map. Not sure if the architecture is supposed to be like an homage to God Machine from Sunlust, but did remind me of that in places. Difficulty wise, I never pistol started that map, so not sure how it compares, but yeah, this is probably the most difficult map I've ever single segmented, so proud of that. And thanks for watching. If you stuck around listening to me ramble, I appreciate it. And yeah, be back soon with some more videos. And take care. Bye-bye.